Welcome to Sleepover with Yuri. If you've ever been categorized as a minority, well, whether for being an immigrant or LGBTQ or a person of color, well, guess what? You are in a majority on my show. As Sleepover with Yuri is a show that celebrates diversity, promotes equality, raises awareness, and empowers all minorities. Tonight is the final episode of A Sleepover with Yuri Season 2. After doing Season 2, I came to believe that gay people are misrepresented and have been misrepresented and misportrayed for a long time. There is a misconception that gay people are all about glamorous lifestyle, beautiful lifestyle, all glam and glitter, and lots of drugs and alcohol and rock and roll and sex, and hot bodies. Look at the gay pride. What did they show the gay pride? Sexy body and parties. But what I came to believe is that all this is just a cover up of the reality and the truth behind culture of gay people. What I came to find out during the Season 2 is that gay people are emotionally disturbed, troubled, hurt, broken because of the life experiences that we had. Living in the closet, living with self-hate, self-disgust, criticized and judged, rejected, unaccepted by our families, by our society. Gay marriages just were legalized not so long ago, but imagine living in the first decades of your life thinking that it's not okay for a man to marry a man or have kids. I can't imagine a heterosexual woman or a man living a life thinking that a woman cannot marry a man cannot marry a woman. I don't think anyone can imagine. It would be very unsettling and disturbing. However, that's the life that gay people had. I came to believe that a lot of us suffer from depression and anxiety, low self-esteem, fear of being hurt, fear of being rejected, all other fears. Mental health is a huge issue and a huge deal for gay people. I personally myself lost quite a few gay friends to mental health issues. Tonight, I want to raise awareness and I want to talk about the truth of what is it like to be gay? What is inside a gay person besides being glamorous and sexy or fun? I want to talk about the upbringing and the issues that gay people have and cover up with all the stereotypes that people have about gay people. And with that, I will, my glamorous friend will help me. One of the most glamorous gay people that I know, Wellington Lacerda.
Hi, baby. How are you?
Hey, baby. How are you?
Good. How you been?
I've been really good, and I'm so happy you're back. I had
know.
you on my Season 1,
Yes.
and you're the second guest who I actually brought back from Season 1 to Season 2.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And I'm really glad that you came. You look
I'm so
fabulous
glad
and
to
great
be
as
here.
always.
Thank you. You too as well.
Thank you. You look awesome as you always do. Wellington, so today is the final episode, and I thought you would be the best guest to have. As I just said, during the Season 2, I realized that so many issues we have, gay people, that we don't talk about, but once we get to know, you realize that there are so many underlying issues that we do not acknowledge. And oftentimes we cover that up with the glamorous lifestyle and parties and beautiful bodies and all of that. But in reality, I feel like all this is just a defense mechanism and a shield from what really bothers us. And I know that you are in this, glamorous gay community lifestyle.
Yes, I am. I think it's all like photoshopped, I would say. All this life, especially like For example, like if you go to Instagram and see like somebody's profile and see all these glamours and stuff that is happening in their lives, which is all fake news, I would say, because each picture there's something behind it, and nobody knows what's happening in everybody's life. And for example, I do the same. Sometimes I post a picture, and it looks good and it looks so glamorous and stuff, and people be like, "Oh my God, what is he doing? He's at a boat right now. He's having fun," but nobody knows what's behind that. Sometimes I could be struggling, doing something that I'm not supposed to do, and a lot of people don't understand. They think that you're awesome, you're amazing, but there's always something behind it.
Yes, I agree. When we had a sleepover last time, we just talked about your immigration. Says, I just want to remind the audience that you were a child star in Brazil,
Right,
you were a
yeah.
celebrity, and then you moved to the United States as an immigrant, which is a whole other story. But on top of that, also you're gay. What are the pressures of being gay in the gay community?
It's all about like bodies and your image and looking the best and having the perfect body that nobody actually has it in their minds. It's a mental health thing. Sorry. And for me, for example, like I go to the gym and I know a lot of people, and nobody's ever happy with their bodies. I'm never happy with my body, and you just want more and more, and you just want to look good, which is sometimes it's just a waste of your time, and you don't think of other things, and you're focusing just on that, and sometimes you don't get the results that you really want, and it could be stressful and could give you anxiety, which I already have anxiety, and for example, if I go to the gym every day, and if at the end of the week I don't see like anything different, I'll be like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? What am I not doing? And stuff like that. So it's a lot of pressure.
That's a very good point, because part of it, what I want to talk about is body image and body dysmorphia eating disorder in the gay community as part of mental health issues. And it's so, it struck me when you said that you never feel like your body is good enough, because you look great. Your body looks amazing. Can you
Oh,
flex
thank
for
you.
me? I just want, yeah, you look beautiful.
See, I never think that this is enough.
Right.
I always want something else.
So no matter what you do, no matter how much how much you work out, no matter how beautiful your body looks, which it does, it's never enough for you.
No. Sometimes I look at in the mirror and say, hey, okay, I look good and stuff. But sometimes I'm like, not today.
Not today.
Yeah. I always look at someone at the gym and I'm like, I want to look like that person.
Okay. And why do you want that?
I just feel like it would be nice to have like a perfect image, a perfect body. I don't know. It's something that I have in my mind.
But do you feel like if you have a certain body type that you don't have right now, you think that will make you happy?
Maybe, yeah. I think so, but I think I know it's all mental.
Yes.
And that's why it doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, it is sometimes I struggle with that sometimes.
And I know a lot of people do, and I'm so, like I said, I really admire you, and thank you so much for being so open about it, because I know it's a very personal subject, but it's very true for a lot of people, a lot of gay guys that I know, who the more beautiful you look, the better your body looks. From my point of view, the least you're satisfied with that. That's what I kind of learned, came to find out and realize, which is really, really sad. From my observation, I kind of learned that maybe some gay people, since we do have unresolved issues we might not even be aware of, anxiety, and that's where anxiety comes from, depression, etc. And maybe we try to cover up with the body and feel like, well, if the body looks good, then I'll be happy.
People will look at me differently, and then I'll be happier.
Disregarding what's really inside.
Inside, yeah.
And sometimes it's inside which is not allowing us to be free and love ourselves and be happy. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're trying so hard to go have the glamorous lifestyle, to go do all this party drugs and drink as much as we can.
People. Yeah, that's wrong. I think it's just wrong. It's wrong of us of doing that kind of stuff, but it's called attention too. Like some we all love attention, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's when anxiety like that triggers anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you know when it started for you to have the mindset that I'm not good enough, I want to look better, I need to look better?
I do actually. There was like back when I was like 18 years old, I think. It's a funny story because I used to go to a dentist, and she used to be a good friend of ours, of my family too. And there was one day, she looked at me, she goes, "Do you have bulimia? Are you okay?" I was like, "Why are you saying that?" She goes, "Oh, because you look so skinny and thin and stuff." I was like, "No." And then that's when I realized, I was like, "Oh, I want to be bigger. I want to go to the gym. I want to take all this protein and stuff, and I want to look better." But that's what happened. But that kept I kept that in my mind for a long time. I was like, "Oh my God, bulimia? I don't have that." And then it was just my body shape back in the days. I was just a teenager.
Yeah.
But that she actually traumatized me with that comment, and I was like, since then I started going to the gym and trying to
Yeah.
look good in each day, but
Also,
it's never enough.
I remember Wellington also, we talked about your ex-husband, and you remember you saying that it always felt like competition. Would you agree with me if I say that despite the fact that you had a great experience with coming out to your family, so you didn't have any issues or problems there, however, just being gay and living in a gay community, it puts pressure on
It's a
you
lot of
that you
pressure.
have to look certain way, you have to have a certain lifestyle, and if you don't go to Fire Island and you don't have six-pack abs, then you're
And if you
stuck.
don't wear Dior,
Yes.
or Louis Vuitton or
Yes.
Gucci, you're
Do you
not.
feel like there is this certain amount of
There
competition
is. There's a
and
lot of
pressure?
competition. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, especially here in Hell's Kitchen. All these gay guys, and they all wear Dior, and they all have six packs because they have a lot of time, and most of them, like, they don't even have jobs, and they do like whatever they need to do to get that, and I'm not sure. Like, I wouldn't say what it is because it's kind of rude, but they all have this stuff, Dior and those boots and shoes and stuff, and they think, "Oh my God, I look so good," and they have the time actually to dress good, dress good, and they get the money somehow. Um, I would say escorting and or doing other stuff that that happens a lot in New York, and it's just, and for us who have regular jobs, it's not that easy, to get, for example, something from Gucci or New York, because New York it's very expensive. It's very expensive here to live here, just to live here, and getting all the other stuff, it's even more challenging.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's what the life here is.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm like. I'm glad that you're bringing this up. I know it's a very sensitive topic for you, and it's a life that you see, unfortunately, on a daily basis.
Yeah.
With a lot of your friends are in that lifestyle, but a lot of gay guys, unfortunately, especially here in Hell's Kitchen, that's the lifestyle: just sex and drugs, and people can't even keep a job, and
Yeah,
a
they
lot of them do
can't.
escort. And in
Most of them
season
do,
2, I
yeah.
talked about drug addiction and sex work and depression and all of that. And that's unfortunately what I realized, that a lot of gay guys are struggling with that. And that's their reality because their life, there are so many unresolved issues that they're just dealing with.
Yeah, like this guy that I was helping him, I see him like during the week he's never okay. Like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I just want to sleep. But then on Friday he comes out and he goes, "Okay, I'm fine again." And then he goes, "Oh, he starts at a party on Friday night, and he ends at Monday morning or Tuesday morning. And then when he comes back to reality, that's when he knows that things are fucked up, that he shouldn't be doing that like for so long. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to go to a house party, that's okay, that's cool. Let's go to a bar and stay like for 2-3 hours and go home and sleep. But most of the people that I know right now, they do that, and I'm not talking bad about them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, being like, you're just losing time. You're losing your days, and you're losing the sunlight.
And it's sad
And
because I know I see your friends on social media and people you hang out with, and they're all good-looking guys. They
they
all
all
have
good
great
looking, yeah.
bodies, beautiful, take care of themselves, very expensive clothes. But it's sad to know that that's the lifestyle they actually have because the reality for them is unfortunately maybe too painful. Well, like, I want to talk a little bit about you. I know it's maybe too personal, and I won't go too far if you don't want to, but I want to talk a little bit about yourself because for me, you, you are an epitome of that life of that gay culture. Except for at least we can actually talk and you have a conversation because you have a good head on your shoulders. But when I look at you, your friend, and I see this beautiful body, beautiful face, very well taken care of, look great. You have very always expensive clothes, and I always see you out in restaurants and nightclubs, and you have this like glamorous, stereotypical gay lifestyle. But what is inside you personally? Is that you already mentioned to me that you're not happy necessarily with your body, that it's all, it looks great, but it's never enough for you. So you're not completely content and satisfied. What is it that bothering you personally as a gay person who lives in a Hell's Kitchen and seems to have this beautiful, perfect life? But what is the reality of your personal life?
Well, I think like the reality is like I have anxiety. I have major anxiety, which it's bad. And
Where
then
does
when
anxiety come from?
there's a lot of things that triggers my anxiety. Whenever I go out, that goes away for a while. If you have a drink and stuff, you're talking to people, but then the next day you wake up and you're like, oh my God, like what did I do last night? You don't even remember what you did,
Yeah.
and then everything comes to reality, and then you're not happy anymore.
And I think for you, you mentioned that before. We talked about this. For you, even though you're a beautiful guy, you great personality and everything, but I remember you were telling me that New York City dating life in the gay culture is horrible.
It's
The
horrible.
gays, they don't date. Everyone's just looking for sex or to use you. And nobody's really looking for love, looking to have a family, to be in a relationship. And I think that's something that is bothering you a lot. You
It
told me.
bothers me because I think it's almost impossible to find someone in New York, because there's so many options. I'm not the only one. There's like 500 guys, like 1,000 guys, like thousands of guys who are gorgeous. So you're trying to date somebody, like you're never enough for somebody, to be honest. Like if you're trying to date someone, the next day you find out that he was fucking with somebody else, or he was doing this and that, and I think it's just almost impossible to have a relationship here. And if you have one, you have to be open, which I don't like. For me personally, like I don't like it. Like if I'm with someone, I want to experience that relationship with that person. I don't want somebody in the middle, like kissing my boyfriend.
Yes.
Or doing other stuff.
Yes, and you know what? Everything you're saying, it's like I've experienced this here in this city as well. It's really hard to find a person who is actually wants a relationship. And even
With
though
one
we say that,
person.
oh, there's so many fish in the sea, but in a heterosexual world, there's always also a lot of fish in the sea. But most heterosexual people actually want to settle down and have a family, and not just party and looking sexy and have as much sex as they want. I believe that this is something that comes from, again, troubled lifestyle because of the unresolved issues that gay people have issues with committing, settling down. There's always anxiety involved and always the next best. I believe that this is a sign of disturbed people.
Yeah, it's very mental. Like I
Yes.
know a lot of people who like I know guys who have boyfriends and stuff, and but they're never happy with their own boyfriends. I have a friend actually. He broke up with his boyfriend because they couldn't have sex anymore, just the two of them. If it was not with another person, they couldn't have sex. So he was like, I need to end this because it's not working anymore. If it's not the three, four, five of us, it's not working. It has to be more people in their sex life, otherwise they wouldn't be happy, which is sad.
It's really sad. It's really
Yeah.
sad. There's so many things. I met. I have a friend who told me that he had to see a therapist for years before he could have sex with other men because he went to Catholic school and it was embedded in him that it's not okay to have sex with another man. Let alone I grew up thinking that it's not okay to be gay. I did not know what it's like to go on a date with another guy. So for me to be another guy, I would have to be drunk in order just to have sex with another guy, let alone to actually date. It's like, I waited till late 20s to even like start getting to know guys. And, and it's unfortunate people don't talk about that because it's kind of, you feel ashamed. It's like, who is there, who can admit that, they started going on dates in their late 20s and they still have issues with that. Because it's hard, but it's the truth, it's the reality. We did not have most of us never had our first boyfriend in high school, first, relationship, etc. So, and a lot of guys still, they don't even know how to date, and all we know is sex. That's what's gay people are portrayed as. People have sex. That's all we know from TV, and that's kind of what we follow.
Yeah, and it's very sad actually, because I was just talking to my ex the other day and was like, what do you want for your life? And then he's like, oh, I just had sex all night with all these different people. And I was like, oh my God, that's actually sad. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to cover it up? Like, are you okay? Yeah, are you okay? And he goes, I'm fine, I'm okay. But who knows what's happening the next day when he wakes up and then he finds out that, like, what did I do last night? Was that okay or not? Like, and I'm even telling the person that I used to love that I'm having sex with all these people. And it's sad. Like, it's just...
It is sad. And for me, what's really sad is that I have two issues with that. I don't want to be portrayed and stereotyped as, oh, you're gay, so all you do is just have sex and do drugs and you like to go shopping and have a glamorous life. No, I don't want to be portrayed like that. I do not like gay prides. I think it's a very poor portrait and a poor representation of the gay culture. And in a way, it's kind of misleading, and it makes me feel, oh, is that what I'm supposed to do? Wear feathers and Speedos and have, just have fun. Yeah. Like, I would like someone to take responsibility and address the issues that I had as a child who never saw two gay guys in any movie, in any cartoon. I would like someone to address the issues that I grew up in a society that believed that it's not okay for two men to be married. That's what I want to be addressed and to be talked about, and not just parties and the next huge gay party coming up. That's the issue that I have. So right representation of the gay community, and second of all, just take measures. It's really sad, like you said, when beautiful guys, sweet, nice people with great personalities, but they have this very unhealthy behavior of constant sex with next, and taking all the drugs all the time and just going shopping instead of focusing on having a family, doing something for society, living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, I think that's what bothers me the most is that I want to have a family, and I think my time is like already going down because I'm over 30, and it's just hard. It's hard to find somebody who wants the same and who wants to have who has the same values as you do, and they want the same as you do.
I agree.
It's really hard. It's not easy here in New York.
And you said it, even in New York City especially, it's hard.
Yeah,
That's why a lot of people say you have to kind of go to another state even sometimes. But, I also am very spiritual. Actually, my season 3, I want to do all about spirituality. And I believe that we are what we believe in, and we attract energy, and that's what you really want. If you want to have a family, you'll have it. So I just really want to advocate that and promote. And if there are gay guys out there who are still struggling to know what they want, or they're trying to fit in, without it, don't. Fit in your own skin. That's the only place you need to fit in, is your own skin. Feel comfortable in your own skin. Love yourself because you're amazing, you're great, and no one else matters. And the right person will come along, and because your energy will attract the same energy, and together you'll be happy and in love and everything you want.
Yeah, I believe there's always the right time.
Yeah, there's always the right time. Love yourself. Be happy. Definitely see a therapist. I'm a huge advocate for that for all the gay people. It's a must because, believe it or not, whether you feel this way or not, we all have, life experiences that we might not even think of that are very unsettling and disturbing. And it's good to see someone to just figure it out.
No, it's actually very good.
Yeah.
Very good. You find yourself and you actually find out like what problems are causing like your depression, your anxiety, or whatever it's happening in your life. And if you have a good mental health, it's good to see a therapist anyways. And I strongly recommend it.
Yes, I agree.
It's really good.
I agree. I definitely support that. I think mental health is very important, especially for gay people. I think it's important to pay attention and focus on it and get better. And if we get better, then, be yourself, love yourself, don't try to fit in. And once you find love within yourself and for yourself, that's when you will attract the right people in your life.
Yeah.
And be happy.
Yeah, right now, like I'm actually happy, like with my circle of friends that I have right now. It's like good people, and I still know a lot. I mean, I know a lot of people, but I'm not friends with them. Like I just know them, and I have my little group of friends that I hang out with, and they're very like cool people. Even like they're girls as well. And it's just like a healthy way. If I want to have dinner, I will call them to have dinner and do something. You go to the park or stuff like that. But if I want to go to a party, then I'll hang out with the other people. Which is bad.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's true. All right. Well, it's such a pleasure to have you, and I'm so happy
for
that
having me back.
I'm so happy that we got to spend the last episode of season 2, a sleepover with Yuri, together. Because I feel like we have very similar, values and beliefs and struggles in life, and we want pretty much the same things, and it's just good to catch up and
We'll get it.
cha cha cha.
Cha cha cha.
Well, I'm really hoping that, like I said, I think you're such a beautiful person from inside and out, and I wish you all the best. It's because you deserve only the best, Wellington.
Thanks,
and
you too, babe.
thank you. And and I wish all the best for all the people out there, minorities, non-minorities, gay, not gay, for everyone. Just love yourself, you guys, and love others, and let's make this world a better place. Together we can do it.
We can do it.
Yes. Have a good night, everyone. Good night, Wellington.
Good night. Good night. Bye.